The chilling case of Celeste Revas, grand jury seeking David's indictment.
Or is he going to just get charges of desecration of a body? What is going to happen? That's what we're talking about today. Thank you for being a member, Cool and Chris, and the $10 super chat. Happy New Year's. Keep being you. I'm so happy to be a member. This is the only membership I have on YouTube because I just love your vibe on your channel. Well, thank you. Cool and Chris, I appreciate you. Happy New Year to you. 2026, y'all. We're getting into it. We've been here for almost 2 years now together as a crime crew family. All right, it's going to get dark as usual on this channel, but it's not going to be heavy like it was yesterday. There's a difference between a dark heavy and just a dark. All right, so that being said, it's a little lighter today on the although David is facing murder charges and Celeste was decapitated. Now they say she wasn't decapitated. Then they say she's frozen, but police say she's not frozen. But TMZ stands by that. So it's weird because it's like TMZ is fighting the news sources. And every time they cite the news sources, it goes back to TMZ. You're going to see that today. We're going to be on a wild David and Celeste ride, just like this, up and down. Pearl, Mama Pearl, thank you so much for the $4.99 super sticker towards our goal. All right, it's going to be a roller coaster today, and I'm here for it. I'm here to be your host on this roller coaster ride that we're doing. All right, so let's start with this. David likely to be indicted in the Celeste Revas murder. All right, y'all know who that is. You've already been here. If you don't know all the details, go back to my last few episodes. Singer David will likely face murder charges, and we're going to get into all why, what, when, how for the death of Celeste, which, guys, it's taken a really long time to get here. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that the grand jury convened secretly. That's what TMZ is saying. They're saying there was a secret grand jury, and grand juries do different things, my friends. Grand juries can just be there to make sure there's enough evidence, and then that's it. Or grand juries could be there to make sure that that evidence is going straight to trial. We're going to break that down too, what that means, what the grand jury and a secret grand jury means for this case, and why is it taking so long? Right? Yeah, I don't like that dude's music either, but I'm also 46 years old, and I don't feel like a heartbroken teenager. But I want you to remember, this guy is a pedophile as well. So don't forget that. I think sometimes when we cover these, or a case like this guy is a straight up singer and a pedophile. He was dating her since she was 12 years old. He's always had the upper hand. And in my opinion, his family knew it. I mean, her family absolutely knew it. And they absolutely got monetary gain for the relationship that they have. Jennifer, good to see you, my friend. I never heard of him till all this. Yeah, well, me either. We're not love-struck teenagers that are, all right, Kathy, thank you so much. You are in the future, and it's already 2026. So let's welcome us to the future. Thank you so much for the super chat. Now I got the dogs in here barking, and pieces. All right, let me do this. I'm going to read this to you, but first I'm going to play this so I can get my, I don't know why they just locked the baby in here. They didn't lock her, but she came in and they closed the door. All right, let's see. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, never mind. I can do this now. The dog's out. We got Wes. We got Wes. We got freaking Pieces. We got Bowie. Little bad doggies. All right, they're not bad. They're my babies. Super sticker. Boo. Yeah, thank you for the $2.49. And you're in the future as well. So welcome, Jed's a Gypsy. Good to see you. He is an absolute PDF demon. This is getting the bad by the minute. Something has to change, guys. And guess what? We're talking about a chainsaw and an incinerator. And it brings me to one thing. It brings me to another case where a superstar child of a rich parent did the same thing. He had excess amount of money. He got a place. He bought an incinerator, and he was literally killing people and putting them in the incinerator. Nobody believed it until they got the incinerator and realized This guy killed somebody, many somebodies, and he has the money to cover it up. That's what I'm saying right here, right now, why it's taking so long. Saucy Skin, CBD, good to see you. All right, listen, here we go. He's going to be indicted for this, in my opinion. The grand jury has come out. We're going to talk about that because the grand jury, that's a hearing. The case will be asked to hand an indictment. Grand juries are multiple things, and that's what they're doing. They're asking, the prosecution is asking that they hand an indictment and arrest David. Now, I think he should also be arrested for the underage relationship if possible. Now, the report was last month that the grand jury was an investigative grand jury and the grand jury that helps authorities gather evidence, but ones that don't indict. So we're now finding out that this is not just an evidence gathering grand jury, but one that will put an indictment on this guy, not expected until February, of course, of next year. All right. It can be useful. The jury can be useful to subpoena and then force uncooperative witnesses to testify. So they actually could have gotten a grand jury together when they did with Stephen Stearns and Jen Soto, and the grand jury could have made her talk. But because we didn't have a trial, Jen got out of all of it. Yeah, I believe he bought her, in my opinion. Now, sources say the grand jury that has been hearing the witnesses in the Celeste Revas case is actually one that will vote on indictments. Multiple sources tell TMZ that authorities, including prosecutor Beth Silverman, believe David was involved in the death of Revas. And she's very adamant about that, all right? TMZ broke the story earlier this month about David's day-to-day manager, Robert Morgenroth. He testified for days in the grand jury trial, right? A TMZ reporter heard that his attorney tell his lawyer in the courtroom hallway that he was very pushy and why he didn't call the police. So the prosecutor's asking this guy, right, David's attorney, why didn't you call the police? He said he responded by saying it wasn't his responsibility or his job to make sure David's tour kept going. All right. So it gets pretty hairy. Grand jury generally do what prosecutors want, in no small part because the target in this case for David has no right to present a defense. All right. There was also talk in the courtroom hallway that the grand jury could hear witnesses in February. So don't expect a quick indictment. And that's what I wanted to tell you because I believe it's absolutely coming, guys. And we're going to watch it through. And then we're going to talk about the love triangle and a lot of other things, right? There's a lot of things today. So let's get into that. My computer's being a little bit slow, so bear with me. The weather is a bit wonky. So let's see if I can get this to play. It just likes to spin right now. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Good to see everyone. Twin mommy, you got to email me, girl. About the gift card. I gave you an actual Visa card, and I'm not sure what the problem is with that, but it's just a Visa, my friend. It's just a Visa. Why is this not playing, guys? Yeah, this is interesting. I don't like, it's not a interesting. The weather is very janky. I can't get you on my TV. Yeah, the internet's awful, but I've started my computer multiple times already, and I don't understand why nothing wants to play. So let's continue. I'm going to try to get this in. I mean, I could tell the story, but I really want you to see what the legal experts are saying. What is the private eye saying about this? I mean, this private eye goes from TMZ to News Nation to everywhere. It's weird. It's like he's out there trying to push this narrative, and I can't understand why he's doing that. I don't know if it's because he wants him to be, just anything to be prosecuted, which is understandable. I'm still trying to get this to play. Do you think someone else helped the DA? Do you think someone else helped? I absolutely do. I think there are more people involved, and I think that there's absolutely somebody helping the DA. I think there's going to be a second person involved in the case. There's no way he did this by himself when it comes to dropping the body.
Case against singer David is heating up with an indictment expected in the
come on. This is not what I wanted to do.
weeks in connection with the death of a 14-year-old girl. The decomposing body of Celeste Revas Hernandez was found in the trunk of David's abandoned Tesla in September.
He is considered a suspect in her death, but has not been charged. That could soon change. Sandra Mitchell live in the KTLA News Center with the latest in the case. Sandra.
Micah,
and yes, like I said, guys, and thank you for being here, Naomi. I'm going to get into the love triangle, the gay love triangle today. So I absolutely think that David had help. I think that he dismembered her with maybe another person just because of his sick fantasies. But I think the real motive was his little gay boyfriend and him had this love triangle. Something bad happened and they took her life, and they went to the extent of buying a chainsaw and an incinerator in the rental home. You guys tell me why you need an incinerator or you need a chainsaw to cut up a body that's later found, but you didn't have anything to do with it. The girl was in your car a block down, but you didn't have anything to do with it. Your little boyfriend is there all the time, but he didn't have anything to do with it. I think not, guys.
Private investigator revealing what could be explosive evidence in the case tonight. A chainsaw was found in David's rented Hollywood Hills mansion. And all this now as prosecutors push that grand jury for an indictment.
There you go, guys. Listen
Preparing for a possible murder indictment.
It's obviously a very stressful time for the attorney and client.
TMZ reporting tonight that an LA grand jury will be asked to return an indictment which could send singer David to jail for the murder of Celeste Revas.
And guys, they don't have any other suspects right now that they're naming out loud. They haven't particularly named him, but the fact that they got a grand jury to go, and it's kind of a secret grand jury because they didn't announce it. We didn't know, kind of like in the Koberger case where they did a secret grand jury.